Hey, what is going on, world? Where Mr. Why Not Drake is here. Hope you all are having a fabulous day. I just got on here real quick just to ask you all to please consider supporting the Why Not Foundation annual Why Not Impact Lives Holiday Drive, where we go across the country delivering gift bags to pediatric transplant patients and families at various treatment facilities and hospitals. And this year, we'll be adding a little extra seasoning by treating families to dinner. We'll be giving them gift cards so they can go out and buy turkey, some ham, chicken, whatever they're into, and just bring their families together. Because, you know, we're all about connecting and bringing families together and brightening the lives of people. So I ask you all to please consider supporting us by visiting www.whynot.org, spelled YNOTT.org, to make a donation to our holiday drive session. And also, I ask you all to follow us on all social media platforms at Why Not Connect, spelled YNOTTCONNECT. And just like my hat say, just believe, and I'm trusting and believing that you all will support our efforts this year and help us impact and brighten the lives of many people. Why not have a great day, and God bless. Take care.
My mic is muted. My mic was muted, guys. Hey, guys, that's right. It's that time of year to be supporting organizations just like Why Not. They do incredible things. So you can go check them out at whynot.org. But hey, guys, welcome to Hope with Jonathan. I'm your host, Jonathan Traylor, a 15-month transplant recipient, a very grateful transplant recipient. And hey, guys, we have an incredible show for you guys tonight. We have all the way from Iowa, guys. From Midwest Kidney Warriors, it's that funny guy, Mr. Shane Blanchard. Yep, it's Shane Blanchard's going to be in the house tonight. He's going to be our co-host, so shout out to Shane. We'll be bringing him on just in a few seconds. And also we have an incredible kidney dietitian, Kellsey Reed. She's here to share some information with us tonight. Of course, the title of the show is we're going to be talking about following the renal diet and your choices over the holidays. And so we've got some great information to share with you guys tonight. I hope you guys get involved with this one. If you haven't already and went over and supported us here on YouTube, you can go over and smash that subscribe button, and should be a little, yep, there it is right there, courtesy of Jared Brown. Thanks, Jared Brown, for that subscribe button that you made me. Hey, what's up, Jared? Speaking of Jared right there. Shout out to Jared and the Warriors Quest Show. Warriors Quest Show is doing great things, guys. Go over and check them out on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button for them as well. They're doing incredible work in the kidney community. And we got Uncle Jim Myers. Uncle Jim Myers in the house. Appreciate you, Uncle Jim. Thanks for watching. But hey, guys, I'm not going to waste much time. I'm just going to go ahead and get into the show tonight. If you're anything like me and you enjoy Thanksgiving time and Christmas time and you like to eat the good stuff, you know, turkey, what have you, stuffing, man, cranberry sauce, all the good stuff, right? Macaroni and cheese, man, pumpkin pie, all the favorites, right? So we want to talk about those type of choices, maybe some alternatives, things like that. So we'll just see what Kellsey has to say about those type of items, what we can do to be as safe as we can when we're following the renal diet. But hey, guys, listen, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my buddy, Kidney Warrior. He's also a kidney patient that's in need of a living donor. All things serious here. Shane is an incredible kidney warrior, two-time kidney transplant recipient, and need of another kidney, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on, and he can talk with you a little bit more about his situation, a little bit about his story, and where you can find more information. So let's welcome Mr. Shane Blanchard from Midwest Kidney Warriors.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, brother, how's it going?
It's going good. I am looking forward to talking about some Christmas diet food tonight, because if there's one thing, my background, I was a wrestler in high school, and I always hated Christmas time and Thanksgiving time for that matter, just because it was always food. And as a wrestler, I couldn't eat. And so now every time there's Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm the guy that's always wanting to pig out. Now Absolutely. Here I am in kidney failure and on a renal diet. And so now, it's like most people, we got to watch what the heck we eat. Me, I want to eat all the pumpkin bars. I want to eat the pumpkin, the turkey, the pork. I want to eat the chocolate. I want to eat everything.
Right. Oh man, you said you're talking to the choir right now. You're preaching to the choir with the chocolate and all that stuff. So
I love it, man. Reese's peanut butter cups is my thing. And I do get one a week. I eat one peanut butter cup a week. Yep.
Yeah, I ate one as well just a second ago. It was a thin, and I ate it was a dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cup, and it was a thin. So I don't know if you've ever seen those before, but actually was really good. Supposedly dark chocolate is actually pretty good for your heart, I think is what they say. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, hey, I've seen the thins. I've never had the thins, man. If I'm gonna have one, I'm gonna go all out, because I don't get it all that often. So.
Well, I want to say hello to this new person on the show, Respine Smith. Hey, appreciate you watching tonight. Hey, leave a comment below and tell us where you're from. Would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. But hey, Shane, why don't you tell everyone just a little bit about your story and where people can find out information about you?
Sure. So, my name's Shane Blanchard. I'm from Oskaloosa, Iowa. I had my first kidney transplant back in 1997. It was a living related donor, my older brother, Todd. donated to me. I was 22 years old at the time. He was 25. That kidney lasted for about 24 and a half years. And so 3 years ago is when it failed. And so then I got a second transplant, which was donated by my best friend. And, there was some difficulties with the surgery, and it ended up getting pulled out on Thanksgiving Day. And so I've been on dialysis and trying to get another transplant now for the last 3 years, looking for a donor. But I'm blessed and I'm feeling good. I'm working full time. I was hoping I was going to get here on time for the show because I got out of work at 10 minutes after 7 and I had to be on at 7:30. So, I ran home real quick, did a couple things and jumped on.
Hey, we really appreciate it too. I was hoping, I know you gave me a call backstage, so I was hoping you were staying safe and not driving 90 miles per hour.
No, I was going not 90. I don't do that. I was only going 80. I don't go 90. That's stupid. That's just not me.
Yep. All right. Well, guys, listen, on a serious note, for more information about Shane Blanchard, you can reach out to us at Kidney Solutions. The phone number is listed right there on the screen. You can also check us out at kidneysolutions.org. And Shane is an incredible advocate for kidney disease. He's a great kidney warrior. And I'm very proud to have him on tonight as a co-host. He's a really good guy, a real funny guy if you've ever caught him doing some of his comedy acts.
And Jonathan, I just joined you on AAKP. I just became an ambassador with the American Association of Kidney Patients. So we're co-buddies on that now.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to AAKP, man. I love AAKP. Huge supporter of AAKP. Matter of fact, I'm going to be participating in their fun walk in the month of December. So try to raise some money for the AAKP. Over 50 years, guys, of advocacy that they've done for kidney patients. And, man, they are an incredible organization. Really love the AAKP. I'm an ambassador as well. Anyone can sign up to be an ambassador of AAKP, and it's totally free of charge. And you can do that at aakp.org.
Yeah, you can do a lot of good for the community, for people that are in the same situation as us, and they need it. They need to hear patient voices. So definitely get involved.
Absolutely. Yep, they're an incredible organization. Definitely have a great stance for kidney patients, fighting for rights and standing up for us when we need them, and that's an awesome thing. I want to send a quick shout out to Mr. Smith here from Brooksville, Kentucky, about what is that, an hour south of Cincinnati. See, I grew up in Louisville. Kentucky. So I was about 2 hours from Cincinnati. So I've been to Cincinnati many times. Visited Kings Island and rode a couple of roller coasters over there in Cincinnati.
There you go. I'm a Bengals fan, so I got that in common. I'm an Iowa boy, but I'm a Bengals fan. We don't have a NFL team, so.
Yep. Well, listen, guys, we have an incredible special guest tonight, Miss Kellsey Reed. Shout out to Kyle Hawkins all the way in Toronto from Kidney Warrior Merch. Thank you for watching, Mr. Kyle. Thanks very much. Appreciate your support again. So we got an incredible guest tonight, guys. Kellsey Reed, CKD nutrition coach over on Instagram, guys. If you're not already following her, you should follow her. She's got some incredible tips. You'll see her like going to the store and showing you what type of foods you can buy as a kidney patient battling chronic kidney disease. She's got some incredible information. She's been on my show before, guys, not too long ago with Shane, where we featured her as well. We've done some clubhouse events with her, and really enjoy interacting with Kellsey. So we won't waste much more time. We're going to go ahead and get her up on the show. Let me see if I can find that video. Yeah, I got it here. Okay, here it is. All right, let's welcome to the show, To Hope with Jonathan tonight, Miss Kellsey Reed. Hey, Kellsey. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, there we go. Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Awesome.
Doing
I'm so
great.
excited to chat with you both tonight about eating during the holidays because it's so important, especially this time of year.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm really, really excited to have you on too. And man, you know what? I had a lot of time today. I actually had because we're running a little bit late of
Mhm.
my normal scheduled show, and I thought, you know what? I'll be able to create a new intro for her and all this stuff. I had so many hiccups and technical problems today. It was
Oh
crazy.
no.
Uh,
Oh
so
my
I
gosh.
apologize. I would have had a way more incredible intro for you than that, but just my software was glitching and just every little thing was going crazy today. But you know what? I'm still blessed. I'm still here, and we're gonna rock this show tonight. So definitely excited to have you on. So Kellsey, let's talk a little bit about the holidays and
Mhm.
following the renal diet. Um, what types of foods should we be looking out for,
Mhm.
and what types of foods should we possibly stay away from?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, when it comes to the holidays and following a kidney friendly or renal diet during the holidays, there's a couple things you want to keep in mind. So, the first thing I always tell people, I always tell my clients, my Instagram community, TikTok, Facebook, whoever it is with kidney disease. So, this goes for you guys too. It is once a year. It is not something you're doing every day. So take a step back, take a breath, enjoy your day, enjoy your holiday, enjoy your food because it's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be celebrated. So I know with the holidays comes a lot of stress, especially when you have a chronic illness like CKD. So eating can cause you to become really overwhelmed and anxious. So just taking a step back and remembering, hey, this is once a year. In a week from now, I'm going to be back to my normal eating schedule. In a couple days from now, I'm going to be back to it. So I shouldn't be getting so anxious about this. I can make it work for me and my lifestyle and then get right back on track to my normal way of eating. So I always just want to say that because I think it can help reduce a little bit of stress in you and just make you think, okay, she's right. This is just once a year. It's not an everyday thing. So after you kind of set yourself up for the holidays to enjoy it and celebrate, the second thing is going to always be, in my opinion, focusing more on fruits and veggies. And I say this every time I talk to you guys, but fruits and veggies are going to be so important for a couple of reasons. One is that they keep you super full and satisfied. So they
Hmm.
can help keep you from kind of mindlessly snacking on stuff all day, like appetizers and little like crackers and cheese and little desserts and things like that, right? So getting more fruits and veggies in throughout your day during the holidays is really, really important. And then another reason is is because they are so beneficial for kidney health overall. Getting that fiber in, getting those vitamins and minerals and nutrients in is key when it comes to managing CKD, whether you're on dialysis or not. So I always recommend trying to fill your plate with fruits and veggies whenever you can. And we can
Hmm.
go into that a little bit more. And then the third thing is probably going to be focusing on lower sodium options when you can, because that's really the big one that I see. When it comes to like potassium or phosphorus or even protein, it's one day. So, like, that's not really going to make a huge difference in your kidney health, right? But when it comes to sodium, sodium is something that can influence your blood pressure so quickly after you eat it. So, if you have a super high sodium meal, you can really see the effects that it has on your blood pressure pretty rapidly. So, I always recommend trying to choose those low sodium options whenever you can to help manage your blood pressure.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like fruits and vegetables for the win, right? And
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're
Yes.
gonna indulge in something that you normally wouldn't. It sounds like if you indulge, you should definitely heap up on the fruits and vegetables a little heavier than normal. So like if
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have that cookie or a slice of pumpkin pie, maybe consider going double on the veggies and fruits also to try to help compensate that. Maybe cancel out something I don't
Yes.
know.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So when it comes to like choosing what's on your plate and like scooping out everything and making, the choices that you want to make at the dinner table, putting the fruits and veggies on the plate first is going to be helpful, right? And eating those fruits and veggies first is also going to be helpful to help fill you up, keep you satisfied. If you're pretty full and you feel like you had a well-balanced meal, you're less likely to like overindulge on other things like that pumpkin pie or cookies or whatever it might be. Now, that's not to say you can't have those things, right? Always, watch your portion size and be mindful of that. But it's something that can help you eat a little bit more mindfully because you just want something little to satisfy that craving when you're done eating.
And sometimes as a dialysis patient, one of the things we struggle with is fluid. And
Mm-hmm.
there's some vegetables that might have more fluid than others,
Mm-hmm.
or like potassium or phosphorus. Bananas is potassium. We have to watch some of that. So do you have a recommendation of some fruits that you would highly recommend over others, or some vegetables or nuts or anything like that you would recommend over something else?
Yes, definitely. So specifically when it comes to more of like holiday food, one of the first things I think of is cranberry sauce because that is actually a low potassium food. So cranberries are a great low potassium fruit. Yes, they're very tart if you were to eat them on their own, but add in a little sugar, some splash of orange juice, whatever it might be, and they taste really good. So you're actually getting in fruit even though it's pretty sweet. So that's a good way to get in a low potassium fruit for sure.
Kelsey, I'm like the only one that will eat the cranberry sauce. Like in my family,
Really?
there'll be like a little plate, and then
Uh-huh.
Jonathan goes over there and gets his little portion,
Oh
and
my
then I may go
goodness.
back for seconds. But you know what? Cranberries are great for
Mhm.
kidney, bladder,
Mhm.
urinary tract, things like that.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of cranberry juice.
Mhm.
I've got a question here. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna see if you guys recognize what diet he's talking about here. I have no idea what that diet actually is. Are you familiar with that diet?
Yeah, so the Ayurvedic diet, so it's
Mm-hmm.
more of I would say it's a little bit of an older diet. Now, I don't know the specifics. It's
Uh-huh.
more of I believe it's more of a holistic kind of way of thinking about eating and thinking about the
Okay.
body. So
Yeah.
food affects each part of the body differently and things like that. I'm not
Is it a
definitely not
plant? Is it plant based or is
it's
it
more
heavily?
it's I think it's more plant-based, but
Okay.
I'm definitely not an expert on it. So I would definitely recommend finding someone who is
Yep.
for Matthew who asked that question
Right.
and also maybe doing some research on it. I'm not sure in
Yeah.
terms of like, protein, potassium, sodium, what that looks
Right.
like, but if it's
Right.
more plant-based, that could be a good option.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing I look at, Jonathan, too, when we talk about all the different diets out there,
Sure.
one thing my dietitian, and I'm sure Kellsey would agree, is that our bodies don't break down uh, things like it's supposed to. So sometimes we have to take pills as substitutes or dialyvite for certain things.
Right.
So for us, it's not always a good thing to try to eliminate some stuff. It's
Hmm.
always trying to get a well-rounded
Yeah.
food,
Right.
especially when we're dialysis patients. That's what I've always been told. I don't know, Kellsey, if you would
Yeah.
have heard that or agree with that or not.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that cutting out a lot of foods and a lot of food groups is not really beneficial. So trying to do
Yeah.
lots of different dieting, techniques is not really the best way to manage your kidney disease, whether you're on dialysis or not. So I think that's you got it right, Shane. I think
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah, and then I want to let everybody know that watches the show. I forgot to throw up the disclaimer. In no shape or form are we giving anyone a prescription or diagnosis.
Hmm.
Definitely check with your professionals, your team before you decide to make any changes whatsoever. But like I said, this is just really good information, and we wanted to get it out and share it
Hmm.
to you guys. But what about turkey? So I know turkey's a good source of protein, but what about people that want to try like fried turkeys? Because I know
Hmm.
some people actually buy the peanut oil and actually try to deep fry turkey. is fried turkey really that bad for you, or is it the baked better? I mean, which one would you say?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So you're right. Turkey is a great option for people who need extra protein, like people on dialysis.
Sure.
Um, when you're on dialysis, you naturally need more protein in your diet. So
Right.
having turkey at Thanksgiving is going to be a good option for you. Even after transplant, too, you need a little bit more protein to help your body heal and kind of help yourself keep going.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to turkey, there's a couple things to keep in mind. What are you adding to that turkey? You know, some people brine it, some people add lots of
That's
stock or broth.
sodium.
Sodium,
Sodium.
yes.
Yep.
So my thing is always roasting is gonna be a better option than deep frying.
Hmm.
But the sodium is where the issues kind of come in with the turkey. So using low sodium stock or low sodium broth to roast it will be really helpful.
Yeah.
Choosing lots of fresh herbs like rosemary, thyme, sage, whatever herbs and spices rather than salt is going to be helpful too, because then, you know, the other people at your dinner table, if they need to add salt, they could do it once the turkey's cooked, right? It might be a better option to cook that turkey without any salt added and then put salt on the table for people who want to add it so that you're not getting that added salt. And then if you're deep frying it, yes, you're going to get some unhealthy fats from there. So it might be a better option to roast it if you can.
Oh, it sounds awesome. Yeah, it sounds like it comes down to how you prepare that turkey.
Might be
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you just got to be mindful of your seasonings and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because sodium plays a huge part, especially when you're battling kidney disease and all that stuff. So even post transplant, you know,
Yes.
you still got to be mindful of sodium. So
Mm-hmm.
welcome back, Shane. I see that you dropped off there for a second.
Yeah, my internet
It's,
crashed and it was just sitting there, and I'm like, "What the heck's going on?" So then I went to my phone. It wasn't. So then I turned my internet off. So now I'm just using my Verizon. I got unlimited data, so I'm using my phone now. So
all
I don't know
right.
what happened there.
Well, I'm glad you came back. I'm glad you came back. What about sides like
Mm-hmm.
with like you know you got macaroni and cheese and you got green beans and you got stuffing. I mean, you know, is stuffing healthy?
Yeah, so I actually just did a post today on stuffing when you have kidney disease, and a lot of people I know, well, they call it stuffing or dressing. Some of my
Dressing,
clients call
dressing.
it dressing. But a lot of people add like sausage or bacon to their stuffing, and
Oh,
my mom used to do this years ago, and I kind of had to talk with her. I was like, "Listen, we don't need that extra sodium. Let's do veggies instead." So now she does all these veggies, mushrooms, carrots, celery, butternut squash sometimes, just great veggies to add to your stuffing to give you extra nutrients, give you extra fiber. Stuffing can be a good option. Now, when it comes to like boxed or packaged stuffings, I actually went to the store and did some investigation. So, Stovetop, the red box, they have a low sodium option, and it is significantly lower in sodium. So that's going to be a good option for you guys. If you're looking at like Pepperidge Farm or some of those other boxed ones, try to read the back of the label and try to find the one with the lower sodium. It's possible there are some out there. And I think you can definitely have stuffing as a side. It's just a matter of portion size too. Maybe you're having like half a cup of stuffing and then you're loading on some veggies with it too to balance it out.
oh, that sounds amazing. So
Mhm.
definitely, guys. I hope you guys are taking notes. Uh, so, uh, Alexandra Rosa, she chimed in. She said mushroom. So, mushroom sounds like that could be something that you could add in as well
Mhm.
if you like
Yeah, that's a great
mushrooms.
idea.
Yeah. So that gives you
Mhm.
some options. You know, I think when you add stuff like little bacon, you know, chopped up bacon and sausage, you know, there's that hidden sodium that maybe you're
Mhm.
not being mindful of. So definitely keep that in mind.
Bacon goes
And
with everything.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, you know, bacon. You can make a bacon salad too, Shane. I don't know if you know that or not, but
Oh
you can make
goodness.
I don't know, but I put bacon in salad. I've never made the bacon salad. I like dipping bacon in chocolate too. That's good.
Oh
Dark
gosh, I've
chocolate.
never heard of that.
Oh yeah, dark chocolate. Yep.
You know what? True story. I went to a candy store here in Texas, in a little town up the road called Fredericksburg. It's kind of a German town, but they have like these really unique mom and pa candy shop.
Ooh.
And when we went inside there, they had chocolate dipped bacon. They had strips of it, and I didn't try it, but they even had white chocolate dip bacon. So it is a thing. People do actually chocolate dip bacon. So, but I'm not saying that you should partake in that. So, but we got to get another question here. She's asking if we've ever tried mushroom jerky. Can't say that I have. I've had a lot of different jerkies. I don't know where Shane's going. Obviously, he's got something he wants to show us. But not really sure. You know what? Where can you find something like that, Alexander? Oh, okay. Shane's got something here.
Right here is called Pans Mushroom Jerky. This is Applewood Barbecue, and this is another one. It's green screened out, but this is a salt and pepper. It's a green package, but this is called Pans Mushroom Jerky. You can get this online. I saw it on Shark Tank, and so I bought about 12 of these, and I absolutely love them. You get them online. So now, Pans Mushroom Jerky.
How's the sodium on those?
Let's see on the back. Sodium is 240 milligrams.
Okay. And does it taste like jerky?
Well, it does a little bit. It depends on your taste buds. I think it tastes a lot like jerky, but it's not as tough. It's a lot. It's like eating a steak that is just melts in your mouth. It's crazy how good. I'm glad she brought that up because this stuff is phenomenal and I love it. Mushroom jerky is the bomb.
It's definitely interesting. It kind of looks like something you could almost pick up at like Trader Joe's or somewhere. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is.
But you know what? That's interesting. I'm glad you guys are sharing that stuff because a lot of people need some alternatives, especially with jerky. Jerky is really high in sodium. It all just depends upon who's preparing it and how it's prepared. If you're buying it at a store, let's say a retail store, we won't name any names. But if it's in that package, it's more than likely got a ton of sodium in it and been processed. And no telling what other chemicals are in that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, these are people that just make it on their own, and it's just dried mushrooms. It's good. It's shiitake, and as you know, shiitake is good.
Yeah, shiitake. Yep. What about stuff like because of course when you go to Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas dinners, people bring all kind of different stuff. So what about like casseroles? What would be like a healthy casserole that would be okay for a renal patient or someone suffering with chronic kidney disease?
Yeah, that's a great question. So casseroles can be tricky, especially when other people are making them, because you never really know what they're putting in it. Casseroles are kind of like, add whatever you want, and it'll probably taste good. And the more cheese and butter and whatever, the better. So I always recommend veggies in the casseroles whenever you can. My mom makes a great broccoli casserole, and it's really just broccoli, spices, garlic, cream cheese, and cheese on top, and just bake it in the oven. And there you get some veggies, you get fiber, and then you also get some protein and healthy fats from the cheese too. So veggie casseroles are definitely great. Like a green bean casserole can be made healthy, choosing like low sodium sauces or the cream of mushroom soup. Trying to find a low sodium version can be helpful to cut back on that salt. And then if you can, adding tons of herbs and spices so that you're not loading the salt on to make it a little bit lower in sodium and give it extra flavor that way.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and we'll go to everyone's favorite. Let's talk desserts.
Yes.
So everybody knows, Thanksgiving, people will bring all kind of different stuff, but there's a staple usually at Thanksgiving is usually pumpkin pie is around. So is pumpkin pie renal safe or what kind of alternatives can we do to have something like a pumpkin pie, if you will?
Yeah, that's a great question. Pumpkin pie is one of those all-time favorite desserts of many, many clients that I work with and many people in the world, I think. And when it comes to pumpkin pie, there's a couple things to keep in mind. The first is that if you are on a potassium restriction, that is something to be mindful of because pumpkin is a high potassium food. So you want to make sure that your portion of the pie is a little bit on the smaller side. Maybe round it out with some whipped cream and some berries so that you can enjoy some more sweetness. But pumpkin is a little higher in potassium than things like apple pie or blueberry pie. So if you can't have a lot of potassium, switching to an apple, blueberry, cherry pie is going to be a lower potassium option. But pumpkin pie is still doable. Cut that slice a little smaller than you normally would, and that's okay. Um, the other thing that you want to think about is, I'm not sure what you guys have for desserts at Thanksgiving, but we always have some type of fruit to help balance it out. So, like I said, maybe having a smaller piece of pumpkin pie and having some fruit on the side so that you can still enjoy the sweetness, but not go crazy with your potassium.
Would a fruit pizza be something acceptable you would think of for a side?
Yeah.
It's got the sugar cookie, a little cream cheese
Mhm.
frosting, and the fruits on it.
Yeah, I actually, when I worked in dialysis, I made that for my patients one year, and they loved it because cream cheese is low phosphorus, low potassium. Sugar cookie is totally kidney friendly, as is fruit. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, low potassium fruits on there. Maybe sprinkle some cinnamon on top or some mint, and you have yourself a really kidney friendly dessert, and it's delicious too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love fruit pie or
Yeah.
fruit pizzas.
Pizza. I love
Fruit
that. That's
pizza.
awesome.
Fruit pizza. That's a new one on me. I may have to try that. I guess you don't
Yeah.
add any cheese to that, do you?
No, no pepperoni either. Yeah,
Sounds amazing.
one of the other desserts that I recently started sharing some recipes with, like my Facebook group and Instagram and stuff is apple crisp is another fun way. I'll take on apple pie, but I think it's a little more flavorful. You get some oats in there, lots of cinnamon. It's soft and it's crispy, but you're also getting fruit in there and fiber. So it's a really nice way to have a pretty healthy Thanksgiving dessert. But apples are also low potassium too. So that's another way you can enjoy your dessert, but not go overboard with potassium.
I love apples. Apples are incredible. I like a good cored apple. Usually I go with the Granny Smith because they're a little bit sweet, but that's just me. I like those, but I love apples. And when I was on dialysis, I ate a lot of apples. I ate a
Mhm.
lot of pineapple, things like that. I had to stay away from the bananas. Of course, they're full of potassium. Unless, I know some people still occasionally, some people have low potassium, so they can, still eat a banana every now and
Mhm.
again. Now that I've been post transplant, sometimes I eat one a week.
Mhm.
Just depending upon, what I'm feeling for that week. But I eat a lot of apples. I eat a lot of apple sauce because I really enjoy applesauce as well.
Mhm.
So I try to buy. We buy it at the store. We do buy it prepackaged, but we try to buy the no sugar added
Mhm.
because it's already sweet. You don't need
Yeah.
really any sugar
Yeah.
added to it, and so just go ahead and eat it that way. But yeah, so love the information that we're sharing tonight. We're having a great conversation here, guys. We would hope that you guys that are watching out there, if you have any questions at all, please go ahead and chime in, pop in, and let us know what you're thinking. Drop some questions. That's why we're having this show for you guys to interact and ask questions while you have the opportunity. Because that's why we're having this. Kelsey's here, and Shane's here. Shane, you have any other questions you want to ask Kelsey?
Nothing off the top of my head except for the meat part of the meal when it comes to Christmas or Thanksgiving. Yeah, I struggle with gout, another side effect from
Mm.
when I had kidney failure, and then when I had my transplant, I developed gout from uric acid, and so I had to stay away from turkey or game meats, deer and squirrel and skunk and things that I really enjoy. I'm just kidding about the skunk, but but I had to stay away from stuff like turkey. So instead I would do like a meatloaf or maybe some ham or something like that, a low sodium ham. But do you have any recommendations for the meat protein food for us to eat?
And before she answers that, Shane, can you explain exactly what gout is? Do you know
what
what it is?
Gout is a buildup of uric acid, and what happens is it gets down into the joints, and it can go into your toes, it can go into your kneecaps, your elbows. Usually what happens, because fluid, as you all know, when you get filled up on fluid, it goes down to your legs first and your ankles swell. Well, that's where the uric acid goes, and it goes all the way down to your big toe is where it starts off. And it's a crystallization, and what it does is that crystals up and it comes out like that, and it does it inside of your joints. And so you feel those crystals pressing against your joints and your nerves, and it's the worst pain you could. I mean, when I lay down, I can't even have a blanket touching my foot. It's very, very sensitive.
Ooh.
And it's very, very painful. But it's uric acid, so you really got to watch, stuff that's high in uric acid, like turkey, gravy, things like that. So,
sure, yeah, I've heard a lot of stories with transplant patients getting gout. I know Kent, Kent Bressler, Armand, Jim Myers. Some of those guys that are long-term transplant patients, they've talked about having bouts with gout. But what was your question again to Kellsey? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Kellsey. I just wanted to get a good definition for those of us that are out there watching. When you mentioned the word gout, it's a good time to explain to people exactly, what gout is.
My question, and gout, they call it the king's disease because you always see kings eating big old turkey legs and stuff. That's why you would always see them always complaining about their gout in comedy movies and stuff. But in any case, what meats would you recommend for Thanksgiving for dialysis patients or transplant patients like myself?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And you're right. Gout is very common with people with kidney disease. And one of the main, irritants in gout that causes things to get worse is usually meat. So oftentimes that's why I recommend adding so many fruits and veggies in too, is because it can help with that. So when it comes to meat during the holidays, turkey is going to be your best option alongside of like a roast chicken, maybe.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like roast chicken, roast turkey, using tons of herbs and spices rather than salt. We mentioned using low sodium stock or broth to cut back on the sodium a little bit, and roasting rather than deep frying is going to be better in terms of fat content. But I would definitely recommend turkey or chicken over ham. And I saw a comment, someone asked about ham too. And the reason I don't always recommend ham is because of the sodium content. It is just so high because they add so much salt to it to help preserve it and stabilize it and make it taste good. So your portion.
And where I'm from, Kentucky, somebody always was bringing a country ham. And a country ham is it is like pure sodium. I mean, when you bite into one, it is so salty. It's even more saltier than just your standard ham. It's so salty. But I'm sorry, I interrupt you. I just wanted to interject about the country ham.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that there was like a difference. So that's good to know too. Look at what kind of ham you're getting. I would definitely recommend, if you really want that ham, if it's like you have to have it or else you're going to be so upset, small portion, maybe 1 ounce of ham, and then the rest turkey or chicken, so that you're not going crazy with sodium. Awesome. Definitely would recommend the turkey and chicken over the ham for sure in terms of sodium as well as gout, and then adding tons of fruits and veggies.
Awesome. So Kellsey, we've covered a lot. I try to keep these interviews to around an hour, just to be mindful of everyone's time, and we've covered a lot of information. But my question is, and this will probably be one of my final questions. Why is it important for kidney patients to be mindful during the holidays Why is it important?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I think it's especially important because during the holidays there are just so many different food choices that we can make. There are so many, and I hate to call them temptations because I'm all about including lots of foods in your diet, but there are a lot of different temptations out there. There are just more foods available to you at that time of year than any other time of year, right? And you're just eating so differently than you normally do. So that's why it's helpful to think, okay, if I eat this plate of food, am I, gonna harm my blood pressure or make it worse or whatever it might be, whatever condition you have. It's helpful to be mindful with your choices, choose lower sodium options, choose lots of fruits and veggies, be mindful with your desserts and your sides so that you're keeping yourself healthy while still enjoying your holidays and your meals and your celebrations. It's important too, especially when you're on dialysis, when it comes to like potassium or sodium or fluid even. Those
Yeah,
couple days of eating can sometimes add up. And when you get back to the clinic and you weigh yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, I gained, lots of fluid or my
yeah,
potassium's sky high, it
yeah,
can have harmful effects on you. So that's something to just be mindful of to keep yourself safe and healthy.
yeah, absolutely. Because, I had a near-death experience with kidney
Mhm.
failure, and my potassium was off the charts. I mean, it was a score of 9, which
Wow.
is just really high and off the charts. But again, I didn't know that I had kidney failure. I didn't know I had kidney disease, really. So I got hit by a Mack truck by kidney disease, literally. But So yeah, potassium would be a huge one. I mean, I'm still very mindful of potassium today as a kidney transplant recipient. You'll be glad to hear that my potassium hovers around 4.5, which is pretty good. I'm
Okay.
a little high, but the transplants watching me really closely with that potassium, and they want me to really be mindful of it. And I do watch what I try to eat for the most part, but I just think that we definitely should keep in mindful because honestly, I think for some people that are probably hanging in the balance, if they ate too much on during the holidays, or wasn't mindful of their renal diet, it could be the difference between them ending up in the hospital because of a fluid overload or
Hmm.
something finally just giving out that was just barely hanging on. Definitely think it's
Yeah.
important to be
Oh,
mindful.
yeah, definitely. When I worked in the dialysis clinics as a dietitian, the holidays were that time where we had the most hospitalizations out of any other time in the year because people would come back from the holidays, from eating, and really just not think about what they were eating or drinking, and end up in the hospital or end up with a really high potassium to the point where it's going to be harmful for your heart. So
Yeah,
definitely important to stay mindful and don't forget those nutrients you need to be aware of.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Anybody else have any more questions for Kellsey that's watching online? We did have another comment, and it was mentioned of a little moderation will be good. I have the mindset of moderation in all things. So my doctor told me, and I know Kelsey's probably going to kill me for saying this, but he said if it tastes good, spit it out. But I don't necessarily completely agree with that either,
Mhm.
because I think if you enjoy something, I think too much of anything is probably not good, but you
Right.
can enjoy some things, but just don't eat the whole bowl or a whole box. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's the same thing with like here in Texas. A lot of people enjoy chips and salsa. It seems like chips and salsa is like a staple at every restaurant I go to, and that and queso cheese, the cheese dip. And I've learned not to eat the whole bowl. I eat a couple of them, and that's it. And I've learned to be mindful and really try to everything in moderation. I think that's a great tip. Everything in moderation.
Mhm.
So
Marty is, just so you know, Jonathan, Marty, who was talking about a little moderation. She's
yeah.
actually in the Philippines, and that
Oh,
is
cool.
Lillian's sister, Lillian, who just got transplanted about a month ago. That's Lillian's sister that's on with us watching.
Oh, awesome. Well, shout out to Marty in the Philippines. God bless you for watching. Thank you for watching. That's awesome that we're reaching all the way in the Philippines. Who would have ever thought that? That's amazing. Power of the internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you, even though it was in October, because you guys in Canada celebrate things early in October. You know what's funny? Kyle sent me this funny TikTok. The guy was talking to this other guy. They basically, one was in the United States, the other one was in Canada, and he he found out that they celebrated Thanksgiving early. So he said, "Well, when do you guys do? You guys do Halloween on the same day too, or do you guys have a different day?" And the guy from Canada said, "No, we celebrate at the same time you guys do. How about Christmas? You celebrate? No, Christmas same day too, but only Thanksgiving." So I don't know. Kyle maybe be able to explain why Canada celebrates Thanksgiving on a different day. I guess they just chose a different day. I'm not sure why.
Their pilgrims ate on a separate day than our pilgrims did. I think that's why. That's
there
why.
You go. There you go. And shout out to Respin Smith for watching. Great show and excellent information. Thank you. Well, thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate all of our supporters. We hope with Jonathan. If you guys haven't already had a chance to subscribe to us here on YouTube, it's completely free. You just click that button, click the subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified of all of our interviews coming up. And we would really appreciate it. Because the cool country. Oh, yeah, you Canadians are way cool. Shout out to Canada for watching that. We've got a lot of supporters. Believe it or not, Hope with Jonathan's got a lot of supporters in Canada. So shout out to Canada. Appreciate you. Is Kellsey accepting new clients? Great question, Kellsey.
Yeah, that's a great question. I am Mary, and if you would like, you can shoot me an email and I can give you my email information, or you can head over to my Facebook group or Instagram as well and send me a message on there.
Awesome. And you know what? In the description in this video below, after the show, you'll be able to refer back to the video. I'll have her link in the description where you'll be able to find her website and all that stuff, and you'll be able to contact her, no problem. And she's over on Instagram, I believe, at
ckd.nutrition.coach.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And you also have a website as well,
mm-hmm.
I believe. And what is that?
That is ckdnutrition.com.
Okay. Yep. And you're also on Facebook, I believe. Mm-hmm. You're on TikTok. So you've got a lot of your social medias covered. I don't know if am I following you on Twitter yet, or you're
no Twitter yet? Maybe soon.
No tweets coming from you.
Yeah.
She says many things. So thank you very much, Mary, for watching the show. Hopefully you'll be able to connect with her really soon, and send a shout out to her really quickly. What do you eat for Black Friday shopping? That's great. That's a great question.
Fruits and veggies and protein. You got to get yourself geared up to shop. So
let's just say, Kyle, no matter what the day is, you still got to be mindful of what you're doing. And so no days off, buddy. No days off. Mm-hmm. But if you haven't already noticed, guys, I was drinking a Chick-fil-A, so don't tell anyone. I had a grilled chicken sandwich from there. And so if they're watching Chick-fil-A, I'm looking for sponsors. If you want to sponsor Hope with Jonathan, here we go.
At least it was grilled, man. So there you go.
Good choice.
It was grilled this time. No, you know what? I haven't ate one of their fried chicken sandwiches in a long, and I don't plan so, because I really enjoy their grilled chicken. If my wife goes over there and she calls me or texts me, that's what I tell her to pick up as my usual. So will this be viewable for those that missed it? Yes, ma'am. It will be on YouTube at Hope with Jonathan. So, and I believe you've already subscribed to me, so that video will be up there and you'll be able to refer back to it. No problem. Yes, ma'am. But again, guys, hey, listen, this has been an incredible interview. Great information shared. I really appreciate our special guest, Kellsey Reed, Shane Blanchard from Midwest Kidney Warriors. Man, I really appreciate you joining us on short notice, co-hosting with us tonight. Shane, where can people find you at?
I got a Facebook group. You can check that out on Midwest Kidney Warriors Facebook group. Or you can go to my website at midwestkidneywarriors.com if you want to look up any information on there about what the organization's about. But with me, I just, I want to get people to be a part of the group page on Facebook and share your experiences, share your stories, share your needs. And all of us get together. I like to work alongside with Kidney Solutions, and because they're a great organization that, is doing a lot for me. So definitely, check us out online and check out Kidney Solutions too.
Yeah, Kidney Solutions is a great nonprofit that helps kidney patients based here in Texas. And I'm basically an ambassador of Kidney Solutions. Shane is as well. I mean, we both support them. He supported me when I was in kidney failure. I had a lot of great mentorship with Kent Bressler, who is the CEO of Kidney Solutions. He's also a 34-year kidney transplant recipient. So he's got he's a wealth of knowledge, and that's what Kidney Solutions, that's what their title is a network of transplant experience. So they definitely are a wealth of knowledge. But we appreciate everyone for tuning in to Hope with Jonathan. And we definitely will share all this information in the description. And we hope you guys have a very safe holiday. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Not sure if I'll be able to cover a show for Christmas, so you'll be able to refer to this interview as well for the Christmas holiday. So happy early Thanksgiving. Happy early Merry Christmas to everyone. And God bless you guys. Stay safe. Remember to be mindful of your renal diet. Take care. God bless. And we're out of here. Y'all have a blessed one. Let me see if I can find my button to end this thing. It's somewhere here. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Y'all have a blessed one. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.